And we back, and we back, and we back.
Man, this feels good.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Dre Barter back with season 2 of the Stew Podcast, featuring a couple of my boys, couple of the niggas that I've been working hard with as of recently. So, this man to my right, I'm gonna have him introduce himself real quick, bro.
So, man, what's up, y'all? It's Mikey Pugh, from California, born and raised, nightclub promoter in the city, brand owner, Mènage collection, some other things.
Yes. And of course, too, I got my moderator in the back, the one and only, K.
What's the word?
Yes. All right, man. So
What up?
I'm feeling refreshed. We have not done the Stew Podcast in a very long time. And for the people, just a quick introduction. If you are back, thank you for being back. I'm going to need y'all to comment, subscribe, like this video. Of course, we do this video over at InHouse Studios where you could get some of your best quality recording. Hey, man. We here.
Let's get to it.
We here. There's a couple things I wanted to talk to you about first. So,
All right, bet.
a lot of times people don't know I really have real relationships with the people I bring on. So I'm gonna just go through kind of how we met,
That's crazy.
how we really came to about, and then how we got to the point where we started working together. So from my memory of
Your
how we met,
perspective, right?
I was working at Best Buy.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Best Buy.
How many years ago was this?
This was probably 2018, 2019. It was before pandemic. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
cap.
it was.
Yeah. Nah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was working at Best Buy, working at the counter, and I went over to the little keyboard section. I can't remember if you came up to me or what have you.
I think I came up to you because I was like,
You was looking for something.
yeah, I was like,
you was looking for a mic.
Yeah, I was like, he looked like he might know. You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure.
You was in that area. I'm like, he might know. Like, whatever. I was looking for a mic, just to let y'all know, to have like a little studio, a little situation set up in my house.
I remember that.
I was like, it's about time. I'm like, I want to get something that's cool, that's like, it's gonna work, it's efficient, but I don't want like the cheapest thing, but I also don't want the most
I
expensive
remember
thing.
you walked in, you was like, bro, show me something that's gonna work for what the fuck I want to do right
You
now.
should have went to the
Facts.
Guitar Center.
I found that out.
He did.
I found that out.
And what I tell you, I was like, bro, you gonna find some shit in here, but it ain't gonna be what you want. These USB
Facts.
mics, you feel me?
Facts.
Then I got to telling this nigga like I always would, yo, I actually got a studio. Like,
I remember you
should
said
come
that.
fuck with me.
I remember
Like,
you said that.
and this is before I even moved to this location, which is crazy in itself.
Yeah, I didn't know because I've only been in this spot.
Right. And so, you even told me back then you was from Cali trying to figure it out. I think this is before you started to do the party promoter shit. I don't know. Line me up.
2018.
What do you think? When did you first start doing that?
It was 2018,
Okay.
but I don't know. I might have still been like trying to get on.
Sure.
Cause it took me like the day that I decided like I could do this. You know what I'm saying? I started to go. I was in a relationship. I ended at. So I'm like, dang, I'm single. I'm 23 at the time. I'm like, I don't really know nobody besides like my frat brothers. I'm a noob. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
I was like, let me just start, tapping out, like stepping out and try to meet some more people. I started going to events and I started seeing like the same like 5-6 guys at every event that was lit, and I was like, wait, so they pretty much damn near run the city for real when it comes to like the nightlife scene, and like a few of them like looked like they was just like they was some cool niggas. They was cool. So I'm like, man, let me try to get in. You know what I'm saying? Like befriend some of them, show them I got something to offer, and so that took like literally like a year of Tuesday through Sunday, whatever like the event was for that night. Like I was there, I never missed a day.
So Tuesday through Sunday, you going out to the city.
And I'm still in grad school.
And popping out.
I'm still in my last year, my master's, and I'm like, I gotta get my face out there. I gotta like, cause I know if I bump into this person, one of the promoters, one time, 2 times, introduce yourself. And oh, what up, da, da, da. You know what I'm saying? But I know about a 5th, 6th, 7th time, they're gonna be like, I keep seeing this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's a smart approach to take.
Man,
a lot of people
time,
don't even think about that.
Nah, for real, bro. So it looked literally 12 months. It was like within 12 months, I went from a stranger standing in line paying like $20 to get into every event. And then like probably like halfway through, I got cool with one nigga that like I would say put me on, like brought me around, like gave me access, the initial access. And then at that point, the other niggas was like, okay, cool, he cool with such and such, cool. Then like now we in the same section all the time. We in the same, we see each other all the time. So now it's like I'm curating relationships with them now. So they're like, damn, like actually this little nigga, Mikey cool. Like, so then next thing you know, now I'm everybody little nigga. And then it just kind of matriculated from there. And then eventually I like was able to prove to them I actually did have something to offer that like was something different than what they was bringing to the table. So it was like, okay, we gonna put you on. Like I see, like you really put the work in. Like every time you coming out, you're bringing 7 to 10 girls. Like this is before I'm getting paid. I'm just trying to make a point, prove something.
And so take me to that point where you get here and whether you had to decide to do music first or be a promoter. Like I don't see a lot of people who actually would think about switching their mindset to I want to be a promoter.
Right.
And what's the reason behind just the fact that when you pop out, you coming out and you knowing like nigga I'm bringing something.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Honestly, like I said, I'm from Cali, born and raised. Like there were parties all the time in high school, and I felt like
was that a thing?
Yeah, like bro, like it was. I mean, I feel like a lot of places in high school probably a lot of parties and stuff like that going on.
So that's funny because obviously out here, right? I stayed in the hills for my high school years, and I was talking to my brothers because I done thrown a party. I done thrown a party myself, a house party, and then helped my brothers throw a house party. And that's like something you do in the hills.
Right.
But we actually had a segment, and Kay, I'm gonna let you introduce the segment since we on this little high school part.
Bet.
And obviously you was out in Cali when you was in high school. Right. So, Kay, introduce the segment for the people, man.
So we got the craziest high school stories.
Yep. Your craziest high school story.
Craziest. Let me see.
I can rephrase it for you if you want.
Nah. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Take crazy out and put another word.
Nah. I ain't even gonna do y'all like that on y'all podcast. I'm gonna play the game the right way. Craziest high school story. Bro, I actually just thought of one.
Let's do it.
And it's like, it was wild. So, my homie, Keith. So, what's up, Keith? So, Keith was actually like, he been a homie since middle school, all the way up to high school. Most of my homies from high, like, we been locked in for years. And he was also one of my teammates. I used to hoop. So, we're in high school. We probably like, freshman, sophomore year, something like that. There's 2 girls at the school that like they're best friends. They both cold. Like me and him always kind of together, whatever. And so they was choosing.
I'm saying so. This a 2-man.
Yeah, it's a 2-man.
For sure.
So and really, honestly, really like Keith had one. Like they was damn near already like kind of a thing messing around.
Locked in.
But her friend called a little piece and. Like, I could tell there was, like, some tension between me and her in a good way. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, it's for sure. So one day, go to his house, and his pops drive us to this random house. I'm thinking we going to the mall. Like, he's like, yeah, da-da. I get in the car, and we not going in the direction of the mall. So I'm about to say something because me and Keith in the back of the car. I'm like, yo. And he, like, tapped me, like, don't. He, like hey, what are them? Like, don't say shit. So I'm like, all right. So I don't say nothing. So we driving and we just pull up at this random house. I've never been in this house. White picket fence, da-da-da. So I'm like, so then we park. He get out. He opened the door. I guess I open the door. We get out the car. So we walking his dad back on the driveway. As we walking forward, I'm asking nigga like, yo, nigga, who fucking house is this? Like, where are we? Then the hoes come out, like his dad drive off, and like 2 hoes come out the house, and it's the 2 girls.
Okay.
So he really, this specific time, like, kind of put me on without telling me what we was doing. So I'm like, shit, fuck it, like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I don't know if it's her. I don't know if it's her house.
You don't know what's going on. You just
nah. So, bro, we get in the house. All right, cool. We walk through the house to the backyard. They got a pool house. We in the pool house. So we there chilling, the 4 of us, and then like shorty that lit her, this white girl, cause she was like the girl he was messing with. She like white, and like the girl that like me and her was kind of like eyeing each other. She was Mexican or whatever.
Okay.
So the white girl get up because her house. I found out she started getting up in the pool house and like closing all the blinds. I'm like, what's going on? And then we all just sitting there chilling. I'm like, I guess we really from the 2-man this situation, right?
Yeah.
But then it goes completely left, bro. Like before anything happens, shorty the white girl gets to talking too much, and she was like, yeah, both my parents in the military. They
white girls.
Well, one girl, the girl that has the house, like she's white, blonde, all that.
Y'all in the wrong house,
bruh. So, and like I said, like the girl that me and her was talking, she Mexican, so she started closing the blinds, and like I said, it all goes left from here. She starts talking too much, and like, yeah, both my parents in the military. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they are racist, a little racist, whatever.
And she got you in her crib.
Bro, look, it gets worse. Then she's like, yeah, I'm like, are they here? She's like, no, they're not here. So then I relaxed for a second. I'm like, okay, cool. And she was like, they're gone, but they don't ever tell me like when they're coming back because they always think I'm up to something. So they be popping up randomly to try and see if they can catch me.
Right. And this is already not good because you a black nigga.
I'm like, bro, there's two black niggas in this white girl's house. You know what I'm saying? With her friend, the parents gone, military, racist, all that. They gonna come back in their house because they don't trust her anyway.
You racist.
They don't trust her anyway. So you don't know when they coming back. This is before like, you know, locations and all that. So
yeah, for sure.
Like you don't know when your parents coming back.
Niggas is not fearing for their lives. Like so
now I'm like, nigga, hold on. So I'm over here damn near like, hey bro, nigga, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
Out this house. Yeah. Before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be damn. Like, no, bro. His dumb ass, he like, bro. He's trying to smack. He like, bro, no, it's cool, bro. You know, da. I'm like, nigga, no, it's not, bro. Like, nigga.
Red flags.
Nigga, they got guns and shit in the house, like flags and shit. I'm like, bro, no, nigga.
I mean, you basically asking for it.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, if they come home and there's 2 niggas in their house.
Yeah, not
and their daughter. And like I said, we freshmen, sophomore, so nigga, we 16 at the oldest, 15, 16 years old.
For sure.
Come on, bro, fuck out of here. So it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, nigga, like, fuck you, I'm about to get the fuck on by myself. But like I said, like, I'm scared to walk through the front because they didn't even live in no neighborhood. They just live like on like this like random street down the street from the high school.
To add even more bullshit,
like,
right?
like a dirt road.
Right.
Yeah, nigga. So I'm sitting there like, man, hell nah. Like, I'm about to just, they had a fence. I'm like, I'm about to just fucking hop the fucking fence. Then we in the backyard, hop the fence. Or, bro, I hop in the fucking fence, bro. I hop over the fence. I land in a fucking like big ass thing of land that's just all fucking dirt, potholes and shit. I saw a dead bird over here, nigga, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I saw like a snake like 5 feet or something away. I don't really fuck with that shit. So now I'm booking it.
Right, you got
like zigzagging through the goddamn thing like I'm on Hoes. What's that movie?
Yeah, but where's
trying to get to the street.
So where's your man's though? He's still in the crib.
So since I'm to the point where like I'm about to get the fuck on by myself, and granted, we're nowhere by this nigga house. We're at least
y'all in the middle
we're
of
at
nowhere,
least
so-
3 to 5 miles away from this nigga house. Where my
That's
mama,
high school,
where my
3
mom,
miles, 5 miles. middle
without
of
a whip,
nowhere.
where my mama dropped me off at, cause she thought, oh, I'm about to go to Keith house. I'm hanging with Keith.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, all right, when I hop this bitch's fence, you get the fuck out of here before a nigga come here and shoot me. I'm like, nigga, you gonna have to literally walk 5 miles back to this nigga house, cause like my house even further. So I'm like, nigga, you gonna have to walk to his fucking house. So boom, so since I hopped the fence, he pretty much was like, fuck, like, all right, bitch, like I gotta go type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro got a
So
weird
look,
feeling.
so I don't say shit. I make it to the street. I'm pissed as fuck though. Hella mad. Finally make it to the street. I'm just walking. This street, long fucking side road. Don't even have no sidewalk, nothing. Just walking up the street. I like feel like I sense this nigga like walking behind me, and then like Keith like walking kind of up to me. Bro, as soon as this nigga got like a foot behind me,
You got scared.
no nigga, I blew his shit in.
Oh, damn.
Nah, I blew his shit in.
Bro thought that was
Nah,
dad behind
I-
me. Bitch,
No,
nigga,
I
but you
turned
can't-
around, bro.
Bro, you can't put
fighting
your
the dad right
put
quick.
your mans in
Bro,
that situation.
I was
nigga.
so mad, bro, because that's why I was pissed. I'm like, nigga, like, ain't no pussy worth dying over, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Dying. We might do some dumb shit for that.
Bro, once
but
the bitch said my daddy racist, nigga.
that mom and dad racist, but parents both in the military, guns in the
gotta hear
house.
mom.
The blinds would have had me intrigued at first. I ain't gonna lie. I would have been like, okay.
I'm like, bro,
Hey, niggas trying
I'm
to
like,
make a movie. What niggas trying to
Nigga,
do, man?
bro,
But then as soon as she say, "Oh yeah, my dad racist,"
it threw the whole vibe up.
As soon as you say dad, nigga.
Bro, it threw the whole vibe off, bro.
That's funny.
Like, I'm like, that's why I felt some type of way. Come on, nigga, don't put me in that position, bro. Like, and you didn't even put me hit beforehand. Like,
That's funny.
you know what I'm saying? I'm your man, so when you like this in the car, like, when I'm like, nigga, we ain't going to the mall, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's what the fuck I told my mom. Cause, nigga, I thought we was going to the.
Fuck I told my mom, nigga.
Nigga,
The fuck is you
cause,
doing?
nigga,
I'm trying to be safe
like
today.
that.
Cause
Like-
you just fucking you told me like, all right, we finna go to the mall, and then what happened was the bitch might have hit him up and was like, oh, me and such over here, and so
Bro, trying to play.
he probably was like, all right, bet, cool. But I'm like, bitch, how the fuck you not about to let me in on what's going on?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let me make the decision whether I want to risk it all or not. Like, you just threw me in the middle of some shit.
Yeah, thought this shit was smooth.
Yeah, bro, cause my thing is, like, I feel like compared to a lot of niggas, like, I really think, like, shit through. Like, I play, like, I love chess.
Strategically.
Y'all don't know this. I love chess, so I apply chess, like, to
So
life.
you actually like the game of chess?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned when I was, like, a little nigga. So when it comes to life, I view life the same way. Like, when I'm dealing with women or, like, or anything, I think of it before I say anything or act or move, whatever. I always think, like, okay, I got option A, B, and C. A, I could go left. B, I could go right. C, I could go straight. All three of the moves is gonna give me potentially a different outcome. I don't know.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, if I'm thinking through, like, what all these potential steps I could make could potentially, like, that could be the potential outcome of it. I'm not gonna be alarmed when whatever happens because I already thought it through.
Sure.
Versus just moving and being like fucking having to react.
I
So
like that.
I think, like, I apply that shit to life. So, like, in that situation, I'm like, nigga, you, like, again, if you would have put me hip, maybe I would have felt a little different if I was able to, like, to think it through and, like, play the pros and cons and look at that shit and weigh the odds. But that nigga just threw me in the middle of that dumbass shit and we almost died. But it's because low key, I forgot this part. As we walking down the street, why the fuck I see that? Why the fuck I see the car? Now we like 100 yards away from the house, but you know, you can still see the house. Fucking car pull up into the motherfucking driveway.
Hey, that was the
That was your
divine
instinct
spirit
right
was
there.
telling your ass,
Bro,
get the hell up out of here.
God was telling me, get out of there right now, bro. Like right now.
That shit is
Cause like who the fuck wanna hop a fucking fence into a dirt fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Only if you feel like, nigga, that's your only option.
That's
nigga.
what it felt like.
For sure.
It felt like life or death for real, and they damn near was about to be.
So past the high school shit, which I fuck with that story. Back to, you being a promoter, and let's talk about what you do now. So right now you're a party promoter, and I know, or not even, I wouldn't even call you a party promoter. I just said promoter in general, because you promote a lot of things. So right now, I know that you got a gig on Friday night, you got a gig on Saturday night. You want to explain to the people about like what actually you do and what you involved with right now?
Yeah, so being a promoter is cool, man. Yeah, like right now, I like try to like chill out on like doing a whole bunch of events. Like at one point, I had like 5-6 events like a week, and it just became a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, let me just chill out and whatever. So right now, I'm only doing Fridays at Society.
Yeah.
Shout out to Society. I do
Definitely.
I do Saturdays at 29 Park and Novi. Shout out to 29.
Definitely.
And those are my homes. Those are my residencies every week thus far. Probably gonna add some more stuff like when it warms up a little bit this summer, some rooftops and stuff like that. But those are my main things. But pretty much like being a promoter is cool. I think a lot of people think it's like a lot easier than it really is because it looks easy from the outside. Like it's just like, oh, all he do is like post a flyer and go to the club and drink and get girls drunk.
That's at least what they see. That's what they think,
bro.
Right?
Bro, it's a lot more than that. It's like having to get like, you gotta think how promoters think is like, is if you have a weekly residence, there's 52 weeks in a year. So it's 52 parties, 52 flyers, 52 themes. But then now you also have multiple weeklies in the same week.
So that's at the very least. Because what's 52 times 2? That's 104. So if you doing just 2 events.
So imagine when I had 6 events in a week. Like, you got, like I said, like, you have to find a flyer person that's reliable. You don't want no ghetto flyers, makes good flyers. It's like timely with it. You know what I'm saying? You got to think of themes. Like, you have to have endless themes that you got to come up with last minute. You got to pay attention to, which I've learned from some of the big bros too. Like, I pay attention to what's going on in the culture in the moment. So boom, like if somebody drops an album, like SZA dropped the album and the last one, and it went crazy. Women loved the album. So I was sitting there like, damn, it'd be cool to do like a SZA inspired like thing since she just dropped, or like she's about to drop in 2 days on a Friday morning.
And this is her
my party
dropping
Friday night.
This last
correct,
project. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So everybody's waiting till midnight to hit so they can like play the album, and then boom, my party's that night. So I'm like, if I'm having a SZA album, you know what I'm saying, themed tribute towards her, an event, like a lot of women were like, oh yeah, bet I'm coming. Because they want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? They want to vibe out. They want to hear it. But yeah, bro, it's definitely a lot. You got to look at like expenses and, curating relationships with these venues and venue owners. And just like, for me personally too, I feel like I kind of, any event I'm a part of, I kind of do, I try to make sure like I'm responsible for how the event goes. So I want to make sure that like everybody's safe. Like my door girls, like they know they're hip. If we change something about tonight, I need to make sure my communication with them is on point. So you literally
will be like the mastermind behind making sure everybody feel comfortable and making sure everybody is coming out to have a good time.
Yeah, bro. Like people, consumers will come and they'll be like, "Oh, I had fun," and they'll leave. But like they don't know how much went into making sure like ensuring that they were gonna have fun when they got there.
Right.
Because you want the environment to be cool. You want to make sure like the lights are working, like the music situated, the DJ not late. Like what happened if his mic is broke? You know what I'm saying? There've been plenty of times where like, boom, ran out of batteries, and that was his last batch, and somebody had to dip mid party, go find some batteries, come back. Or like go to another DJ that all the promoter DJ were all cool with each other. I've had to go to another venue to like borrow my other homie's mic that he's a DJ, borrow his extra mic he not using, run back to my event, like plug it in with his shit and host with it. But it's a lot, bro. And then like I also like make sure the money is situated at the end of the night. I want everybody to get paid accordingly. I don't want nobody to feel like they got cheated out of the money, which is another reason why I like make sure I'm gonna have fun, but I don't really get like wasted, blasted like in my event just because I need to make sure at the end of the night the money is right.
It's
the doors,
business. It's business.
It's really a business to me. Like it's really like I feel like when I go to the club, it's work. You know what I mean? So my job is to make sure that like anybody that I told them to come out, whether they my homies, they my partners, or like some random girls, like make sure they have fun partying with Mikey. You know what I'm saying? So that anything else I do later, whether it's another event or a concert or whatever, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, like I remember like that one time we went out with him, or the last time we went out with him, it was like we had so much fun. It was a blast, it was a vibe. And I've heard that kind of feedback from people, which feels good. So let you know like you're doing like the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'll tell you what, with that, I'll tell you my personal experience with you. One of the first times I actually popped out, you invited us to like a day party. And then we end up going to society that night.
Oh yeah, the Taste Fest.
And I felt that hospitality from you just from the start because, like I said, we knew each other, but we ain't really tap in.
Right.
That was the first time I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pop out, whatever. And usually I pop out for you. Like that's one of the things I think is a respectability aspect where it's like, all right, I know when I'm with Mikey, bro, we gonna have a good time, and I never feel like. You feel me? I can't go out and support you, even if I don't feel like it, you know?
Right, facts.
And a lot of people probably do know this, but, I'm not the most savvy when it come down to exposure and appearing on the internet, right? Like, I don't post as much, I don't show people as much as they would like or as much as, others. And I think sometimes people get wrapped up into thinking, I'm not going nowhere, I'm not doing that. Nah, we still out.
Right.
You feel
we
me?
outside regardless.
And occasionally, you feel me, I think now I'm gonna start taking more photos and letting people know where I'm at.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just so people can start coming out and feeling that type of energy.
You know what's weird is, bro, even as a promoter, like that's something that like I'm still trying to get better at myself. It's not my first instinct to just like, oh, let me put my phone out. Like for me, I really enjoy living in the moment.
For sure.
So like if something lit's going on, fun going on, toxic going on, like I more so just kind of want to take it in and vibe and like be like, oh my God, like look what they doing.
For sure.
Versus like where my phone at. It's just like not my first instinct. But in this industry, I understand that in today's age, if the consumers don't see it, bro, it's damn near like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part. I'm trying to get better at, like, just making more content and making sure if it's something that I know is going to financially benefit my business, meaning my nightlife events. Like if I catch this video of this wild thing going on right here and I post it, I know the city about to be like, damn, this nigga shit going crazy.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and a part of your job is allowing people to see what's going on.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Yeah, like you definitely bro, honestly, it's like I said, this industry, bro, is, I don't want to say all, but it's majority about perception is what I've learned over time. Like, and a lot of things is like, you have to make it seem a certain way to the public until it gets to a point where it actually is like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Autopilot. Because if let's say you only have 30 people at your party, you know what I'm saying? Which we've all been there before in our earlier days doing it.
Right.
when you have that photographer there, it's like, hey, nigga, make sure you try to make these pictures look like this shit was the latest shit in the world. Like, I don't give a fuck. It was 5 people in here. Make it look like whoever didn't show really missed out on something. Yeah. And so it's just weird, but it worked, bro. It really works. And so eventually, over time, people, like, when people do come out and your event is a success, they're gonna be like, damn, like, nigga, I'm about to come out again.
Yeah,
I'm about to come out again.
I must have missed something the last time.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like,
I'm glad I didn't miss this.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it builds that element of just like, you know, that not missing,
facts.
not wanting to be a part
it's
of something.
psychology.
Motherfuckers got FOMO.
Yeah, about to say fear of missing out. It's psychology.
When you got FOMO, it's worse shit in the
Man,
world.
fear of missing out. It's a real thing. It's a real
To me,
thing.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, it is.
You gotta learn how to be complacent. Now, go to it when you can,
Right.
and then come out. So that's where it benefits your side.
Right. And that's
People
another thing too.
have fear of missing out.
And that's another thing too, is like what makes it difficult about our job is like in these 52 weeks and these multiple events that you have to fill up, like anybody could do a one-off. A one-off, if y'all don't know, a one-off is like we put an event together and we give ourselves like 4 weeks to promote it. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 to 6 weeks to promote it, and it slaps out. Cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Now, is that the typical timetable in which you would want to prepare for an event? Is 4 to 6 weeks?
Honestly, I feel like that is a long time. It really just depends on you as the promoter. Like, because if you got the juice like that, you ain't gotta. You ain't gotta. Nah, like honestly, I feel like if you really that guy, you like, and you start a new event, whether it's you starting off a new weekly or like you got a big thing, something like that, then I really think you only need 2 weeks. But I do understand that the parties that take longer to promote, for instance, how many? It was probably like 3 years now, 2.5, 3 years ago. My first celebrity person that we booked was light skin Keisha. We brought her to the city.
That's dope.
And that was lit because that was like my first time actually like signing the contract, like talking to the manager, sending the envelope, like all that.
Like bringing somebody out.
Yeah, that was like picking her from the airport. Like,
how long ago did you do that?
Like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Okay. So that's when it first started for you, where you felt like, all right, this is my first bigger type style.
Yeah, I will say, shout out to the homies that I did it with, Dre, Carter, everybody else that was involved.
That's crazy. So you know a Dre Carter.
You know, no,
it's Dre and Carter, two different.
All right, Dre. Because I was gonna say, I was like, damn.
No.
There's another one of these out there.
Fat Dre and DJ Carter.
Okay.
They're my guys. Like everybody else that was involved. But yeah, we were like,
oh, DJ Carter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For sure.
That's my guy. So we all were like, man, it's about time we do something big, like big time. We were still like young niggas at the time, and it worked in the sense that we like invested in ourselves drastically because of how much it took to put that whole thing on. But it made the city, like we felt like we already kind of had the city taking this a little serious, because the event we started on Wednesdays at Society, but like that like solidified to the city, like, because that day we had the city on lock. Like, my phone has never rang like that in my life. You know what I'm saying? But like events like that where you have a celebrity coming, because you got to book them in advance.
Sure.
So it's like, damn near as soon as you book them, you get the flyer made and drop that bitch. So it's like, if it's 4 or 6 weeks out, fuck it. Like, because you got to think you got to make that money back.
Yeah. So
you're going to like give yourself enough time to ensure you sell enough tickets. You sell out booth wise, all that. So by the time leading up to the event, the day of the event, you want all your shit sold out. And if all your shit sold out, the rest of the people that haven't bought their tickets and booths, they're going to be like, oh, nigga, this shit about to go up. I got to go. And they're just going to pay whatever the ticket is at the door. So you got all this money that you, like, made up front by pre-sale tickets and booths up front. And then your door is going to slap that night as well. So you know, like certain events like that, they do take longer to put on because you just gotta. There's just a lot of planning, you know, flying them out and hotel and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot more than that. But honestly, in my opinion, one-offs are cool. But any promoter that y'all know this, I think weekly is having a weekly is really difficult. And if you can have a successful weekly, like you really that nigga. And if you have a successful weekly, which me and my team have had in the past, a few of the promoters like that are still like first people called to mind is Justin Floyd and Jay Neely with Tuesdays, bro. R&B Tuesdays at Exodus, like I don't know if it's 5-6 years strong, 7 years strong, bro.
So that's
like
their deal.
Tuesdays, like they made Tuesdays like slap like a Saturday. Yeah. Tuesday night. You know, these are like adults that got like kids and go to work and they got the event so crazy to the point where people are saying, fuck it. Like, nigga, I'm either just gonna call off or I'm gonna go to work late or I'm just gonna get this 3 hour nap and then I'm gonna get up and go to work at 8. That's how, like, you want your shit to be buzzing like that for people to be like, nigga, I can't miss this bitch. So I think having a weekly is a lot more difficult than having a one-off because you gotta think most clubs probably have probably hold like 300 to 500 people on average. You know, some venues are like they can hold more people in it. So you gotta find 300 to 500 people every week to slide. So it's like some are gonna be your regulars that come all the time, but a lot of people are not gonna come every week.
Nah, you might get a new person.
So it's like you have to find randoms you don't know, like whether it's through ads or like I remember me and the homie Dan Austin, what's up Dan? When we were like early starting off in our promoter career, like we was grinding, bro. We was like going up to Wayne State and it's funny looking back, thinking about it. We was handing out flyers and like me personally, I would go to like the student union where a lot of people was at. I would sit down at a random table and I really was studying, but I'm like, oh, there's a lot of people in here. Cool. And I like open up my shit and I just airdrop my flyer to like 100 people, like whoever around me. But I try to act like, but like it's funny because like there'll be someone right there and their phone will like doo-doo, and they'll look up and be like, what the fuck? Who's this Mikey person? And I'm literally just like this, like studying, like. But yeah, like it's shit like that. Like niggas going to stand outside the dorms, like, what y'all doing? What y'all doing on Friday? Da, da, da. So, like, for like you really to get to what I would classify as like a vet in the nightlife industry, you really have to put that work for real. Definitely. It did not come overnight. I got some dudes underneath me that like I kind of brought under my wing. I'm trying to like help groom them and teach them what I know, and hopefully, you know, the goal is I hope they surpass me, and you know what I'm saying, and grow faster than I did, and like pull shit off. Like it's just gonna make me feel like cool. I did a good job.
And I think that's important for the culture that we need to cultivate in Detroit is allowing people to be brought on in the show. Yo, I can't show you. I can't give you the money, but I can show you how to go grab it. Right. And if you got the same type of level of hard work and dedication I can, then you could get it the same way.
Yeah. Sharing resources.
Because I would say, unfortunately, in my experience, I don't think that our culture does it enough compared to other cultures. Like other cultures.
This is referring to the Detroit culture.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, like they just put each other on, bro. Like it's a love thing. It's not a competition thing. It's not an insecure thing. But specifically like in the nightlife industry, a
lot of niggas be,
and it ain't even just my generation. Like the generation above me, it happened to them too when they was like little niggas and the niggas over them. Like I've heard so many stories told to me from like vet promoters that like kind of showed me the ropes when I was a little younger. about like how they felt like they had a lot to offer, and they was like proving themselves, and like the promoters that was on, that was established and shit, they just was like, nigga, got my face type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. I think it's important that we put, not even in any industry, I think it's important that Black people put each other on. If we're in position to do something for somebody else and make their journey easier or faster or whatever, I think people get so caught up on like it took me 10 years to get to this point, and if I put him on, it's only gonna take him 3. But it's like, bro, I mean, that's the whole point. And then if he pays it forward, put
Niggas
somebody
don't
else.
Understand
you know what I'm saying?
business.
Yeah, and that's the structure of business, right? Because even then, if you think about it in the corporate world, what corporate businesses do, you get your business to enough where somebody's going to buy your business.
Right.
AKA what we just seen recently. I seen QC sold their
300 mil.
sold their label for 300 mil. But it's the one of them type of deals where they can continue to work within QC.
Right.
But you bring your business to a certain point, and you get
something new.
and you get a big shark to come and really cash in on what you've created. And
Right.
I mean, not just in a business setting like that, you can even see when artists are selling their catalogs, right? You working very hard to get to this point. Your catalog is worth something. And if you think, I'm ready to cash in on that, then
Right.
We see people do that. I think Justin Bieber just did that for something
it was like 200 million.
something like 150 mil, 300 mil, something within that range.
Yeah, I think Future sold his for 100 mil. And Bieber sold his catalog for 200 mil, which is crazy.
If that's something that I think that, in our culture, the ability to be able to grow within your community and not feel as if I don't want him to get there before me because of whatever,
Well, yeah, it's weird that people think, a lot of times people think that like your success means like my failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he gets on, like if we both rappers from Detroit, like, I'm not a rapper, but if we both rappers from Detroit, right, and we're friends, we homies, he gets signed. In my mind, like, I'm gonna be upset, not me, but like how it is like niggas will go from being supporting you when you was really nobody for real because they fucked with you, and then as soon as you surpass them, now it's like fuck, like he the only rapper, he's the only person from Detroit that can be a rapper. It's dumb to think that, and right now the city got a wave right now, so we seeing between 4-2 like Face. Like everybody getting on, you know what I'm saying? Baby Money,
definitely.
Tay-B, all like Skilla, Sada, everybody. Detroit, the city going crazy right now. So
Definitely.
It's like your homies, or even a random, like another person's success does not mean your failure. Like that nigga can win, and you can win too. Like you know what I'm saying? So I think it's important to put people on because nobody in life, I don't care who you are, like elevates in life without somebody helping them to some degree. It doesn't matter. Even if you was born rich and like you still need connects.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could have 100. You could have like Trump. He was born with cheese. Like his dad was rich. He was born with money.
Yeah, but he was born with cheese. That's what you're born with cheese and resources.
That's the thing though. Mm-hmm. You can have money, but resources like connections will put you in rooms money can't put you in that room.
Yeah, and I learned that.
Yeah,
that's important. Obviously, coming from a promoter, even more of a sentiment to add, right?
So, a lot. I've gotten on a lot of like I've been plugged with events and access and meeting owners and stuff when I first started because I had a good relationship with the big homies, the promoters that helped put me on and kind of grew me. And since they were like Mikey cool, his work ethic cool, I trust him this and third. They had no problem introducing me to people and security this and the third. So it was like when I started doing my own shit, they were like, oh, like I hit the owner up and they know it's me. They're like, oh no, bro, you good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I didn't have that connect or that relationship to help
People
me,
would've been like,
whatever,
who is he?
Yeah.
I would have easily had to been like, they would have been like, all right, 3,000, 4 or 5,000 to like rent the venue out. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about building trust at the end of the day.
Facts.
Now, I didn't want to talk about promote forever because I know that you got some other stuff that you got going on.
Right.
If people don't know, and you said it in the beginning, but you actually wearing one of your brands.
Yeah.
And I've seen you, go from having an idea to actually putting it out there,
Right.
and putting, that sketch, and making it exactly what you want to make it. So
Right.
go ahead and introduce your brand and kind of like where you are in that process.
Yeah, so my brand is the Mènage collection. It really, honestly, it took me like a long time, like I want to say damn near like at least a year planning, prepping, learning this fashion industry. What direction did I want to go? Did I want to take it? What other brands that I look up to, idolize to some degree. Like I liked how they marketed themselves. Finding like quality, but like material blanks for your clothing, like that took a long time. Because what I didn't want to do, the one thing I knew I didn't want to do was just like do what most people do and just like, all right, they rush it. They rush whatever their product is, whether it's a song or a clothing piece or whatever. And they don't thoroughly think it through.
Sure.
So it's like, unless you take time to execute things properly, it can only come out so good, in my opinion. I think when you sit on things and you really like put the work in and you try things out, and like I was buying samples from, at least 4 or 5 months, just buying trying different fabrics out, like to see, do I like how it's cut? Do I like the way it lays on the body? Do I like the way that it feels? How does it feel after I wash it? Does it shrink after I wash it? Like all that shit matters. You know what I mean? So, Mènage collection is like my little baby. I put a lot of work into.
Mm-hmm.
The brand, we probably launched like, I want to say like a month and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all the support. Anyone that supported me thus far, I appreciate y'all. I ain't gonna say no names, but just got in touch with like a couple artists in the city. You know what I'm saying? That I'm about to lace them up, about to get them right. So I'm excited about that.
That's what's up.
But yeah, bro, it's cool. It's cool. I appreciate everybody. Go shop Mènage collection.
Yeah, so right now,
.com.
for the people, I'm going to pop the website up right now so you can see it as we talking.
Go click that thing for real.
And as we talking to people looking at the website, just explain the couple little pieces that you got on there.
Yeah, so we just had our first official drop. For this first drop, I really just wanted, I feel like my fashion has changed over time. Like, I feel like when I was younger, I dressed a little more flamboyant and like colors and like it was still saucy, it was still drippy, but it just was like a little more out there.
Sure.
And I feel like now I just turned 28, a little more mature, so I like expensive, subtle things. So like my wallet, for instance, like it's an all black wallet. So like if I put my wallet out right now, you just think it's a black wallet. It's really Louis Vuitton, and the signs like all over it, but monogram. But like I've gotten to a point where when I buy things, whether it's jewelry or clothes for myself, like I'm buying it for me. You know what I'm saying? And so I've really gotten into like this like minimalistic type of style where if I had to name a brand that I like the energy that they do, I would say Amiri. Because Amiri, you can like they have like luxurious comfort like
Sure.
fashion.
Sure.
But you could like be a college student and like wear it in the thing, wear it in the library. Or you could dress it up, put
That's
some.
a good little segue. You
know what I'm saying?
We can just go into
And go ahead.
We can leave it here.
What we doing?
So yeah, this segment that y'all about to listen to now, we calling it Top 5. And for this one, we gonna do it specifically to brands. Since you're talking about brands, you just talked about Amiri. So as Kay was saying,
so 5 fashion, my top 5 fashion brands.
Top 5 fashion brands. Your top 5 favorite. Remember, it's favorite, so it doesn't have to be in any order or anything. But these are the brands that
this is steep. Let me see. I would say. I'm not going to include mine in it. Amiri, and this is not in no order.
Of course.
But Amiri, like I said before, Mike Amiri, he's a genius. Off-White is a huge one for me personally. Virgil, R.I.P. Virgil. I mean, super inspirational person.
Of course.
Y'all know they getting sued, aren't they?
Who?
Off-White.
Off-White getting sued?
No. That's Bape. Bape is getting sued by Nike.
Bape is.
Yeah, they're getting sued by Nike. Yeah. For the Bape
Sorry,
stuff.
Off-White. I'm sorry. Off-White.
15 years later, which is crazy.
So yeah, go back to it. So we got Amiri, we got
Off-White. Essentials, Fair God. I
Jerry
think
Lorenzo.
Yeah, I think that's sweet.
Shout out to Jerry Lorenzo, man. If you ever watch this, that is one of my favorite fashion designers.
Yeah, shout out to like definitely huge inspiration for me personally. Definitely like all three of them really are like my trifecta, like where Mènage collection is kind of.
So this is like Mount Rushmore of like your fashion designers and brands.
So I got 2 more. I'm gonna say honestly, bro, I feel like when it comes to super luxurious, Louis Vuitton is my favorite. It's just Louis, like this Louis,
and it's interesting how they built that.
Yeah, it started off with like boxes and crates.
Yeah,
I did like when I say I did research, bro. Like I like went and did research on like how did Louis Vuitton get started in like the 1800s. The dude's dad was a carpenter, so he like got to the point he started like making crates and boxes and stuff like that for like cargo. And then it eventually matriculated into suitcases. And then it matriculated into clothing and fashion. Like, and it's 2023 and they still going crazy. Shout out to Pharrell. He's the new creative director.
Now is that actually confirmed?
Yeah, he posted it.
Okay, yeah.
Louis Vuitton posted it.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the new creative director for Louis Vuitton. So he's supposed to be.
They got some black people in there now.
Yeah, facts.
Which Virgil was also before he died. He was
like the pioneer.
He was doing some creative work for Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, so I definitely think like Ye, Virgil, Pharrell, like are like at least 3 people that off the rip come to my mind as far as like really
great designers.
Yeah, I mean really just like creatives.
Idea, right? Stretching the idea of what it is to be a designer. Before you would see a bunch of white Italian type or, overseas type, really dominate the industry.
Facts.
And now you see, Ye and a disciple of Ye being Virgil, get to a point where now you're the creative director for Louis Vuitton. I mean, that was
honestly
crazy. Dapper
Dan too, like
so
people like that.
That was your Dapper Dan is with who?
Dapper Dan, he has like a thing with Gap right now, but he blew up. I want to say in Harlem years ago, custom making like he would go and get like Gucci apparel, and he would customize it like his own way. Yeah. And then he got so big doing it, like celebrities started buying like the one-of-one pieces from Dapper Dan, and it was like a Dapper Dan like one-of-one. And then eventually Gucci was just like, we need you.
So are you adding Dapper Dan to your 5? Would you add Ye to your 5? Like who is Ye?
So what's your
5? Because
he's the last 2. Yeah,
Amari, Off-White, Farragut Essential, Louis Vuitton, your fifth.
Yeah, I would say Nike, bro.
Okay.
Nike.
Nike.
The Nike.
It's actually pronounced Nike.
Is that true?
I've heard that before.
Okay.
I've heard that
I would
before.
have to fact
They
check
say
that.
it's pronounced Nike.
Okay, Nike.
I've heard that before.
So when you go to like the UK, they don't. You know the UK pronounce everything.
So they say Nike.
They say Nike.
Okay.
They be like, you got your Nikes.
I haven't been over there yet.
Shit sounds
I heard
retarded.
about
We gonna go over there. Trust me.
Yeah, that is wild though. But yeah, I would say, bro, Nike. You got to think how when I look at brands that I study, I'm a studier type of person. Like, you got to look at when Nike started and what year it is now, and how much motion they still have to this day. Like endless motion.
I mean, that's
You can
they're
respect
dominant
them.
within their.
I mean, you gotta think Drake is with Nike.
Yeah. No.
KD with Nike. You know what I'm saying? Like Nike is like, I would say in sports probably the biggest brand. Like if I would say
And
like
then
a
Adidas
mix
behind
between
them.
facts.
Definitely.
But guess what? Them niggas is going down.
Yeah, and I heard something about them. I heard them something about.
Oh yeah.
I heard them something about maybe them trying to reach back out to Ye to try to
Really?
do something because apparently they've lost or they're on pace to lose $1.3 billion
This year.
this year just from Ye not being.
They thought they was gonna sell
attached.
more after getting this nigga off.
No, I mean nobody's jacking that shit. Come on,
son.
I mean,
Because the only reason we was buying
Shit,
Adidas like that was because of Ye.
I mean, remember Ye started off with Nike.
No,
Yeah, fact.
they had Run DMC back in the day, and they had that good.
No,
Well, I'm talking about
No, I'm
art.
saying the ambassadors of the shit.
Yeah, facts.
And then that shit was gone for a couple years, and then Ye just was like, "Hey, everybody go wear Adidas."
Well,
Right.
the thing was, he was so angry with Nike
Louis.
because
Yeah, that too.
and
Louis.
and Louis as well because one of the more. I guess
You
could
ain't got
say-
the answer, Sway.
One
Facts.
of the more hypest shoes of all time is the Nike Yeezy
the
Red
Yeezys.
October.
I know.
Them
I
shits
know
is
what you're talking about.
ugly as dog shit.
The Red Octobers.
Sorry, yeah.
I never got them. I couldn't do it.
it.
The Red Octobers was a shoe I remember when I was in high school.
I'm
Everybody
so glad
wanted
he
that
got
shoe.
with fucking Adidas at that point.
Everybody wanted
Because
that
once
shoe.
he came out with them
They
cross,
did.
them
They bought
cross
them
runners,
bitches too.
No, yeah.
And I
them
want to
cross
say
runners that everybody wear.
them
What's the
bit-
bitches called?
What cross runners?
Whatever them the Yays. What's the
the first few ones he made that were like hella
Yeah.
colors on it.
V1s,
The
like
one when he
where
came-
he had
when he
turtle
left.
beaches, like
Yeah,
the
turtle
turtle
with the laces on it.
You're talking about the 350, the original
Yeah.
350.
them shits was I said okay.
Facts.
I said
Because he had a
okay.
tan pair, he had the turtle dove pair, which was that
Like
gray
the
pair.
gray and the blue.
Now this nigga
Yeah.
wearing SpongeBob fat boots. He was the first nigga to start this dumb
Well, I
ass
want to
It's
talk
like the Balenciaga.
what I want to talk to you now about
Right.
what we're seeing in today's time in 2023, which is this
red boot.
the mischief red boot that
Yeah.
now everybody
Nigga,
is
that is
rocking.
Astro Boy.
I'm about to-
Black man.
hey,
It's
I'm
$350.
about to cop the red boots.
No, you not.
Bro.
Don't do that dumb ass shit.
Hey, I will. Hey, look, so I probably won't, but I definitely looked it
Ish
up.
did
So
that
listen,
shit. Ish
they sold out in 7 minutes.
and Ish got some of them bitches.
Bro,
They sold out in 7 minutes.
Them
I
shits
believe
is
that, though.
dirty.
Yeah.
I believe that though.
Guess
Now,
what?
I've seen
Ye
people-
started it with these black
I've
boots,
seen
them
people
big-ass
have to
black boots.
cut the back just to get they
Yeah.
feet up out there,
But I ain't gonna lie though, dude. So like
You
I said,
gotta wear them bitches only one time.
bro. That's a one time.
bro.
That's a
Bro.
one time shit.
they not just
How much them
they
bitches go for?
they only 350. They not
Nigga,
just.
only, I'm not spending $350 to tear them
Hey,
bitches
listen,
up.
and I
But-
guarantee you,
but
the
based
Y'all
on
niggas
based
is
on a hype,
bugging.
based on a hype though,
Only a girl,
I
only a little
I
girl
knew-
can get her foot out that bitch.
I don't know, bro. I
But
seen
when they
Wayne
first
in that
dropped it-
bitch. I ain't
bro.
Wayne got some.
Yes,
Yeah,
Wayne was rocking
he
them
wore
bitches.
Rihanna might as well wear some of them.
She
in
should
the
have.
ring.
She should've.
She should have.
That would've been lit.
Honestly,
That would've been lit.
she would have probably
She would've
made
fucked it
them a
up.
lot of money.
Yeah, she would've fucked-
That's probably what she doesn't want to do,
Right.
right? Because she got her own shit going on. But
Right.
yeah, that mischief 350 boot, man. That's
Stop that
and,
shit.
and look,
Ye got y'all.
for all my listeners, this nigga's not a little nigga, so it's gonna look interesting.
Right,
You
no.
putting this boot on and me
Bro,
seeing
I'm
what you
not
look
buying
like
that
in
shit.
this.
Bro, I'm a 13, 14,
You not
bro.
buying- Oh, you really bugging, bro.
So
I don't even know if
they
they come in 13, 14.
they probably don't.
Did you see Ish in them fucking shoes?
No,
Into the fucking,
no, bro,
coming,
nigga, I
coming
know.
into the Thunder game, nigga.
Nah, I didn't see that.
Them big ass, and then he had the big ass blowout
Yeah.
flare pants.
I didn't
on
see
them
that.
shits.
Corey Ray had him
Are you
on.
talking about
I mean, not Ish,
Shay?
but Shay, my
Yeah,
bad.
you talking about Shay?
Not
Yeah,
Ish, but
yeah,
Shay.
yeah, Shay.
Nigga, did you see Shay with the
The
big
swag
ass
guy
shoes?
Bro.
in the NBA.
But look, I will say this though. I probably won't get him. But the reason I looked it up though is like I said, like, I feel like I've always.
You walk into this still, nigga, I'm clowning.
Hey,
I'm gonna be like, bro, get your
Dog.
big black man head.
Look, just
ass
I
up out of this
might have
bitch.
to get them
I
bitches
know
now.
you got some gym shoes.
I ain't
in your
gonna lie
car.
though.
I might have to get them.
And I
hoes
talked
now.
to him recently because, you know, I got a bunch of tattoos and I
Right.
want to tattoo more of my legs. And I'm putting cartoons on my legs of like
This-
old time shit. So I talked about Mega Man. Then I also talk about Rocket Boy. Put
Damn.
Rocket Boy
That
on my
nigga,
shit.
That's lit.
that nigga beat need to get back and back tatted on that nigga.
Well, I got Mario tatted on.
Shout out my
Oh, that's
nigga.
Like that's what niggas
That's
don't
lit.
know. That's one of my favorite, you know, pastime video game
That's lit.
character type
Oh,
shit. So,
yeah.
you know, to end the topic on fashion and kind of where we are now,
Take them big ass shoes.
I
off.
definitely want
The
to
red
say
boot.
the
I'm getting them
Mènage,
hoes.
the Mènage clothing line. I'm really excited for because, like I said, I've
bro.
seen you really game plan. Put it, like I said, on paper with X, Y, Z, everything in between, and how you wanted to put it out, how you wanted to present it to the world.
Right.
And I'm proud of you. You feel me for making that step. Y'all gonna see me rocking some Mènage.
Oh my
definitely
God, I
in the
appreciate
videos
you, bro.
And shit like
Might as
that.
well get Nicki Minaj in it.
Boom. Hey,
Hey, Nicki.
we coming. Nikki,
Yeah,
call
Hey,
me.
hey, come
We
on.
gonna get you right,
It's
boo.
not
Come on.
spelt the same, but it sounds the same.
Yeah, that's all that matter. But once again, man, if you got any shout outs, if you got anything you want to tell the people, go ahead.
Man, I really just want to say, any of my supporters, whether it was from Mènage Collection or any of my events and stuff like that, I really appreciate y'all. Me not being from here, me being from Cali and moving here, and not really knowing nobody. And I've only been out here like 5-6 years, and so to be able to have gotten this far out here in a city that's not friendly, that's not gonna give you nothing just because you gotta work for it and earn it. You know, I wouldn't have been able to get this far without y'all's help, y'all support, y'all love. So I really appreciate y'all for real. I got a lot of stuff coming up in the future. No sneak peeks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all will know when y'all know. I'm gonna drop it. I'm strategic with it, but you know, man, keep messing with me. Keep supporting me. I love and appreciate y'all. And man, shout out to y'all, man. If y'all don't know this. This is actually my very first podcast.
Yeah,
Very
what's
first
up. That's what's up.
podcast. So I felt it was only right to come and mess with my
Yeah, of course,
dogs.
of course.
InHouse Studios.
Tell the people one more time, man. Go
Man,
ahead.
look, InHouse Studios, my first interview / podcast. I've done a whole bunch of other stuff, like summits and stuff, but it's my first podcast.
Yes, sir.
I've been watching y'all for a minute. It's dope. What y'all doing? You said this is what, season 2?
This is season 2.
First
opener.
episode,
Yeah,
season 2,
definitely.
opener.
That's on the dead homies.
Definitely.
Man, look, check them out. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that.
Exactly what he
Sub
said.
up.
Definitely.
Follow all of us, man.
Yeah,
Follow
put
the
your
brand.
Of course,
Yeah.
everything will be down here in the description. Go ahead, talk about your Instagram.
Yeah, man, follow me. Mikey Pugh, 3 underscores. And then Mènage Collection, 1 underscore. Follow me, follow us. MènageCollection.com. There's a lot of good stuff on the site. Go support me. The stuff is super nice. I put a lot of time and work and energy into it. Everybody that has got something from me, like, I love just watching them take it out the package. And as soon as they feel the material, they're just like, their eyes get big. So y'all go support me. I promise it's the top of the line stuff. And yeah, we lit.
For sure, man. So again, episode 1 of season 2 of the Stu Podcast. Only right. My boy Mikey came
Yes, sir.
and blessed us here. And
Yes,
now we
sir.
about to get to some other stuff, man.
Yeah.
Beyond the podcast. So appreciate you for having you on,
My
bro.
dog. Appreciate you for calling me, man. It's always a pleasure.
Definitely.
Rocking with my dogs.
Of course, what y'all don't know, but y'all will know, we gonna be back every week with a Stu Podcast with a new guest. If it's anybody that's interested or anybody that y'all know
Hit 'em
that
up.
you would want to see on the
Hit
podcast,
'em
comment
up.
below,
Whoa.
DM us, whatever the case
Yes,
may
sir.
be. Of course, InHouse Studios, where you can get your best quality recording.
Yeah.
It's your boy Dre Barter.
Yes, sir.
We back in this bitch.
Let's go.
Let's go.